Hey everyone, welcome back. So let's get right into it. This is episode 5, I believe, of our quest to 2000 ELO slash daily rapid games, where I basically play some 15-minute chess every day and try to improve. Okay, so opponent aborts. All right, everyone keeps aborting for some reason. Okay, let's get right into it. So coming to today, rated 1779. I had some recordings who screwed up, so that's why the rating is higher than the last time. We get the black pieces. That's all we seem to get in this series. We're gonna play Sicilian once again. We get a close Sicilian. We're gonna play knight c6 here. Now there's bishop b5. He's gonna play a closed Sicilian. Oh, okay. Play g6, of course. Okay, I need to look at the theory of this. I don't know theory of close Sicilian. Like a real close Sicilian. Okay, there's b6, there's g6, also d6. Probably g6 and d6 is a solid setup. Going for a dragon type structure. So I think we can start with g6. Bishop g7. And 92, yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking, how does this knight want to develop? Does this knight want to go to e7 to f6? Let's go with d6 and knight f6. Expecting castles here. In which case, I'm probably just gonna play knight f6. e5 is not playable. Yeah. And now in this line, usually white wants to go for some like h3, f4, g4. Yeah, very scary to face, but d3 is reasonable. I guess just castles. Bishop e6 also playable. Yeah, h3. So now g4, f4 is coming. Bishop e6 is playable. Bishop d7 also might be more solid. Also 95, but I think that would just run into f4. Maybe we can play like knight e8. So on f4 we have check, king h1, let's say. And something like f5. I think I have to play with my f pawn here, or he's just going to steamroll me on the king side. I think I need to play for f5 and not let him get f5. Because he's going to go for like h3, g4, f4, f5. That's basically the idea. So let's say knight e8, f4, and just f5. Can't push. If takes, just bishop takes. G4. Bishop D7. Does he still have an attack? His H-pawn can't move because I take, but he can just move this knight. Let's hit G3 first. If I get an F5, what do I recapture with? Do I recapture with the bishop? Can I recapture with the G-pawn? And get a setup where I play E6, B6, bishop B7. That looks kind of weak though. I can also start with knight H5, but I think knight H5 is no good because he can play G4. And then he controls F4. I also play E5. That looks very weakening. I hate E5. Yeah, we have this square to work with. So I'm thinking just maybe knight D7 actually. Knight D7 might make sense because this bishop doesn't really have any good squares. So maybe this is coming eventually. I think I like knight D7. Yeah, I like knight D7 a lot. So just controlling a lot of squares, and F5 might be coming at some point. Yeah, F4. So now do we go F5? F5, E5, takes is no good. So now, I mean, he wants to go F5, so I think I go F5 myself. Can he go G4? I mean, F5 takes, rook takes, G4. I think I need to play F5. I don't see anything besides F5. And the question is, do I recapture with the G-pawn or with the rook? Because with knight D7, I do block in the bishop. So, do I recapture with the pawn or with the rook here after F5? I feel like capturing with the rook is a little bit cooperative for him because he has G4, but the question is that good? Let's say takes G4. So I go back. Can he go F5? Can he go F5? If I take with the pawn on G4, I can even play something like knight back to F6. And the difference is that now the file is open. There might be G5, but then knight H5 actually looks good. I think taking with the G-pawn is actually decent here. There are checks, but are those checks scary? I think with rook, there might be this. Let's say rook takes, G4, rook F8. Rook takes F5, G4, rook F8. So the issue is, I think take here, here, and then F5. I think that's the issue. How do I meet F5? I mean, just takes. Let's say take, or even take. Like, is that good for him? After rook takes and let's say g4, here, f5. Could even play something like knight e5, like recapture on g6 with the knight. Yeah, I mean, I don't really... If check, just king h8. King wants to be on h8 anyway. I think the bishop on d5 would just be misplaced. Something like knight back to f6. Although, once f5 is played, I get the e5 square, which could potentially be a very nice square, and we would have a lot of nice squares to work with in the center. So I feel like positionally, yeah, g4. Does rook f7 make sense? It doesn't, because it would lose a piece on exchange. Rook f8. I do have to be careful of checks, but my rook is well defended, so yeah, okay. I mean, if f5, there's either knight e5, f5, there's either knight e5, if take, just take, and I think that's very nice for us, and it seems like there's a lot of holes. So f5, knight e5. Do I have a threat though? I guess I am threatening to win the pawn. Yeah, bishop e3 I think is a smarter move. So I don't think we want to go back to f6 now. Maybe just king h8 or queen e8 makes some sense. There's also knight b4, although I don't think that move accomplishes much. Also just knight d5. I mean, once f5 happens, I'm very strong here. If I go knight d5 on f5, I don't think I have knight e5 anymore, because you can win a pawn. It looks too messy. So I'm considering either king h8 or queen e8. Just trying to get the queen into the game. Probably king h8 is just a good move. Just wait and see what he does. We'll just be patient here. It's a3. He's playing very fast and starting to irritate me a bit. I could jump into d4. The queen on c7 or on b6 do have nice control. So queen b6. Is he preparing b4? Doesn't work. Rook b8 also makes sense, just getting off the bishop. I think rook b8 might be a good move actually. I'm just gonna play rook b8. I just need to play faster. I'm just gonna try to maximize my pieces. I think rook b8 is just a very nice prophylactic move because his bishop was looking at my rook on a8. And now I'm thinking queen c7, just because I think that queen b6 is less flexible because it gets in the way of the b pawn. So I'm thinking just queen c7. And then, yeah, or I wanted to go queen e8, queen f7. But I might just be getting in the way, really. So you want to go here. I guess here. I can't go b5 myself yet. Can I go queen a5? If here, and this is defended. Can go queen a5 actually. Can also go a5. I do give him the b5 square. Also go a6, b4. I don't see how he exploits my queen on a5. I'm getting a little bit irritated at how fast he's playing. So I need to relax. Also, with queen a5, I prepare b5. I prepare b5. Although this knight hangs. Also, always paying attention for some knight d4. Okay, knight e4. Not sure what that move does actually. Does he want to play for f5 still? F5, I'm still thinking it's 95, and my position is quite nice. That move also allows for b6. Okay, so there's knight d4, there's b5. If I go b5, am I worried that my knight's not defended? So I want to meet f5 with some knight e5, that's my idea. And then if he pushes, ooh, now he might be wanting to go here. But if here I just put this knight, and then on this, I can just take. Yeah, and if take, I take. Although now my rook isn't really defended. Say here, f5, 95. What am I saying? My rook is defended by the knight. Okay, I need to play faster here. Am I scared of this? If I go queen c7, am I scared of b4? Maybe I can just jump in. f5 here. If he pushes. If I go b5, does he have any good discoveries? That's the question. Probably. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with knight d4. I'm taking way too much time here. Maybe opening up the c file. Of course, whatever it takes, I take back with the c pawn. He might have some f5, f6 ideas, but I think I got that covered. Say here, 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 here. E3 feels weakening. I feel like positionally, he has a lot of holes. Some dark squared weaknesses on the king side. I just need to play fast. Okay, he could go b4, but I guess c3 does, and to some extent, prepare b4. But now, I would be thrilled to see b4 probably in a lot of variations, just because these pawns are just really ugly. Although c3 does support this, but I think I control that square quite nicely. Let's say b4, what do I do? Probably queen c7 and b6. Say b4, queen c7 takes. You can't go b4 immediately. That's the thing. If he goes b4 immediately, I can. Queen c7, if b4 to b6. b4, I'm just gonna go b6 and bishop b7. Maybe even bishop a6 in some positions. But I think my bishops have some very nice harmony. Because I've got, I'm gonna put a lot of pawns on dark squares here. So it goes very well with this bishop. And then this bishop here is very happy too. Yeah, so now I think that now that he's committed to c3, I'm not so scared of b4 at all. I think b4, b6 takes. Get the open file. Maybe even taking with the d pawn actually. Knight g3, so playing for f5. F5. Knight e5. takes, f5, here, push. You can just take, I think b6. b5 also playable, very playable. We put the rook on b8, we might as well go b5. On b4, this is also a target. I mean, now, do I want to play b4 myself? I need to get some time on the clock here. That's what I need to do. If f5, now if I take, it takes back with knight. So here, whole idea was 95. Yeah, so we've been expecting this move, and now we're threatening take. We'll take. I don't know if we're threatening anything, probably not. Our bishop is doing something though, now. Of course, I'm always looking. I don't have to, if I take, no. Take, if I take, I get mated. B4, takes. Take, push, take. On the clock, he probably just doesn't want to simplify here. Bishop b6. Why did I do that? Bishop b7. Now I don't have eyes here. And I guess I can go back. Now my rooks are connected though. Always have to watch out for f6. It's a very important move. Which is why I don't think I can ever afford to move this pawn. This pawn is here to prevent f6. That's very, very, very important. So let's say take f6, just take, Take. He could like double up. He goes rook f2. That's probably a really good move. He goes rook f2. What to do? Rook f2. Take. Now I am threatening this, and I'd be hitting the rook. Yeah, now I'm threatening to take on h6 and to take on d3. Maybe bishop d7 was better though. But then bishop b7, the queen is like closer to the king side. There's one less piece in the way. Yeah, that can't be a bad move. If g4 feels committal. G5. I'm not a fan of that move. Take. Maybe h6, g5 now. h6 here, g5. Actually now, take. Yeah, now we're going g5. So knight e4, g5, push, just take. And the queen is defending. Bishop d7, maybe bishop d7, bishop e8. This may look weird, but I think the bishop on... I need to bring the bishop to the king side somehow, maybe. I can start bishop d7. Of course, you can't push. I just take. Take. Let's say rook back. The issue is that this is coming. Okay, he gives us the pawn. He might be getting a little bit desperate here. That move I missed. I have to go up. Take, but now there's not so much pressure. I mean, he has to take on f6 with the rook, right? Rook f8 coming. Rook f1. Take. F8, rook f1. E7, king c8, right? Uh, mm, here, here. Here. Doesn't have this check. And this knight is well defended. We're up a piece now. If we can just get the king to safety and get our queen to e7 or f7. No, we're not up a piece. He's winning back the piece. What am I saying? I think just king c8 here. After takes, we have this coming. Although we probably don't want to take the pawn because we're just getting a line of fire. So there's queen here. Here. Now takes. Now this is an idea. This is an idea to force the queens off the board. Also this. Ooh. Defeat. Okay, so we have to give up the queen there. Now if he goes here. Huh? So painful. Such a painful game. Just too slow, way too slow. Okay, let's have a game review. Oh, such a painful game. Just that was way too slow. Okay, is G6 fine? Let's look at the too slow. have a game review. It was all fine. It's theory. I didn't know, but knight d7 is excellent. F4 is fine. F5 is inaccurate. G takes was best. G4, rook f8. White is slightly better. What was best instead of f5? What do you want to see? Just e6, rook b8 or b6. Okay. Bishop b3, king h8 is bad. Knight f6 was best. Rook b8 inaccurate. Queen a5 mistake. Knight d4 here was best. I was a bit worried about b4. Wait, what? Should have taken on e2. Queen d2. Queen c7 is best. e5 inaccurate. f5 is best. Knight e5 is wrong. And here, yeah. Here just missed knight e7. Now rook f1. It's very strong. Huh? I know. Knight e5. And apparently this is better. I mean, we have 2 knights and a rook for the queen and a pawn. I mean, the game was just so complicated. Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. I guess that's a lesson. And yeah, so I guess I'm gonna study the close Sicilian now. Yeah, so first loss actually. That was pretty terrible. I spent way too much time early on. I'm quite happy though because I was able to play all the book moves. Opponent was too fast. Painful game. We're rated 1770 now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's no point in me analyzing this game. It's just this is too complicated for my elo. Like I'm not strong enough to understand this. This is just it's too much going on, right? think for the both of us. I really hate the close Sicilian. I'm still going to, yeah, I tried the wrong plan from the start, just f5, which is not the right plan. So for next time, I'm just gonna try to look at some close Sicilian lines and know what the plans are, the middle game ideas would lie. I kind of just didn't know what I was doing, and I was burning way too much time. Like, look, here I had 2 minutes and 50 to 11 minutes. He ended up blunder in peace. And then I just played this queen f2, completely missing this idea. Alright, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.